Tonight in our Just a Reminder episode, a very important reminder. And that reminder is about the fact, the inevitable fact, that we are all going to die. The speaker is going to die, the listeners are going to die, our parents are going to die, our children are going to die, the presidents are going to die, the kings are going to die, everyone is going to die. The white, the black, the Muslim, the non-Muslim, everybody is going to die. كل نفس ذائقة الموت. But what really matters is, how did my life and your life end? Why? Why does that matter? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالِ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِ. Actions are judged by the way they end. So, is there any indications, are there any signs that will mean that this person had a good end? And the answer is yes. What does a good end mean? A good end means that someone died in a state that is pleasing to Allah Azza wa Jal. The ulama have derived from the Quran and from the Sunnah few signs we will be discussing today, insha'Allah ta'ala. The first sign, uttering the Shahada. If somebody's last words are La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, that's an amazing sign that this person died on a good end. What's the evidence? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he told us in the hadith that whomsoever his last words are La ilaha illallah dakhala al-jannah, he will enter paradise. So uttering the Shahada on the deathbed, it's an amazing sign that this person had a good end. If you're ever next to a person who is about to pass, make sure you repeat the Shahada in front of them. Hopefully they would say it themselves. My brothers and sisters, it's very easy for me and you to say the Shahada now, but uttering the Shahada at the time of death, it's pure gift from Allah Azza wa Jal. It's about a person who lived by La ilaha illallah, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for them to die with saying La ilaha illallah. May Allah make our last words La ilaha illallah. So that's the first sign. Second sign, dying with sweat on the forehead. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said the believer dies with sweat on his forehead. So that's an indication that this person who died is a believer. Alhamdulillah, and that's a great, good sign that a person will die with sweat on his or her forehead. Third, dying on the night or the day of Jumu'ah, of Friday. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said there's no Muslim who dies on the day of Friday or on the night of Friday except he will be protected from the trial of the grave. Allahu Akbar. So everything I'm giving you, I'm giving the evidence with it. Dying on the night of Friday, in our time now, that means Thursday after Maghrib, all the way till Friday Maghrib. All that is the night and the day of Friday. Anybody dies on that day, insha'Allah, that is a good sign. Dying as a fighter for the sake of Allah. Somebody went to jihad to fight for the sake of Allah, and then he died. He will be considered a shaheed. And if somebody died as a shaheed, that's an amazing sign of a good end. Dying with the plague. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us that whomsoever die with that disease, he's considered a shaheed, and the hadith is in Bukhari and in Muslim. So anybody dying with the plague is a shaheed, and dying as a shaheed is a sign of a good end. And there are few other people who, if they died in those states that we will mention, they would be considered also shaheed, and that's a good end. Dying in a stomach disease. Somebody died from cancer in their stomach. Somebody died with a major infection in their stomach. that is also considered a shaheed, and that's a good end. Dying because being crushed by a falling wall. Somebody, a building fell on somebody, a wall fell on someone and caused his death or caused her death. That's also a shaheed, and that's a good end. Or it could be an earthquake that hit a city or a town and that caused a person dying. Insha'Allah ta'ala, that will be considered a shaheed. Some ulama did qiyas for a car accident. If somebody died in a car accident, they compared it to a falling wall. So we hope also that a person who dies from a car accident as also a shaheed. This one is specifically for my sister. If a woman dies while she's pregnant or while she's delivering, she will be considered a shaheeda. Allahu Akbar. And that's a good end. And all these are supported by hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, a woman who is killed by the child in her womb attains martyrdom, and her child will drag her by his umbilical cord to the jannah. Allahu Akbar. So that's also a good sign of a good end. If somebody died, if a sister died while she is delivering her baby or while she was pregnant. Number 9, dying while you're defending your deen or defending your wealth or defending your life. Somebody attacked your home and you are defending your home. Somebody attacked your family and you are defending them, and you died because of that argument or because of that fight. That will be considered also a shaheed, and that's a sign of a good end. The last one is dying while doing a righteous deed. Somebody died while they're in sujood. Somebody died while they were fasting. Somebody died while they were giving charity. Somebody died while they are reading Quran. Somebody died while they are going to the masjid to pray. Somebody died in Hajj. Somebody died performing Umrah. All these are great signs of a good end. Subhanallah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, when Allah wills good for someone, He uses him. So the Sahaba said, what does He uses him mean, ya Rasulullah? He said, He guides him to something good and then He takes his life. Subhanallah. So we see some people that they were sinning all their life, and then the last month or the last year or the last period before they die, they became righteous, they became people of the Quran. That's a great sign, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. They repented and they start practicing good amal. That's a great sign of a good end. Subhanallah. Now, these are all good signs of a good end. But very important, my brothers and sisters. Number one, we cannot guarantee that this specific person is going to Jannah or that specific person is going to hell. We do not know. And these signs are just signs that give us hope, insha'Allah ta'ala, that this person will be from the people of Jannah. But at the end of the day, this is all for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to decree where are we going. Second very important point are these good signs apply to the people who are practicing their deen. These are signs of a people who are already doing their obligations. Somebody who is already fulfilling his duties, he's praying, he's good to his parents, he's fasting and is giving his zakat and doing all the required amal from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then he died in one of these, have these signs, we say that that's a good sign of a good end. But somebody died drowning and somebody died in a house that we burned, which is also our shaheed also, and that's a good end. But this person does not pray, and this person, he is very disobedient to his parents, or this person hates Islam. We cannot say, oh, this guy has a good end. No. This person has to be a practicing person and doing his obligations, and then one of these signs happen to them at their deathbed, so we will say that this person has Husn al-Khatimah, a good end. My brothers and sisters, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant me and you a good end. I beg Allah Azza wa Jal, Ya Allah, I beg you with the best of your names for myself and everyone who's watching us to make their last deeds their best deeds and make their last words La ilaha illallah, and grant us the highest place in Jannah. آمين يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. I love you all for the sake of Allah.